Hey, what is up, lovelies? It's Lynn, the Gacha Goblin, and today let's rank the four memories that we received in Wander in Wonder. Now, this is going to contain a lot of spoilers, so heads up. Please don't watch this if you haven't experienced these cards yet, and if you just can't experience the cards, you can definitely just watch them on YouTube. So do that, come back, and then let's discuss the ranking of these cards. Now, I have to say that my absolute favorite memory from the Wander and Wonder series would be Sylus's. Now, Sylus's memory, it was crazy, guys. Like, it's not that it's incredibly, like, sexual in any way. The reason why I like this card so much is just because Sylus shows such a softer side of himself, and we also get to experience a more intimate side of him as well. I feel like a lot of his boundaries and also the boundaries of the MC have been broken down in this memory, because they're like relying on one another to survive in this like grasslands where they're not familiar with the area, they're not sure if they're ever gonna go back to Lincoln or the N109 zone, and they're just there supporting one another and just being completely honest about how they feel, being upfront about their feelings, and it's just so sweet. Okay, it has the perfect amount of, there's like spice in this card. It's not even part of the kindled moment, which is probably one of my favorite things. There's spice, there's that emotional connection, and there's like this immense playfulness that he has in the kindled moment as well. The fact that he carries us over his shoulder and he says that he has to prove that he has a lover is so sweet. It's so like, it's like butterflies in the stomach. It's like, I enjoy that trope where the guy is so open about expressing his feelings to the MC, and also to like show off that they're together, and it was really sweet. I enjoyed it so much. Is there anything else that I love about this memory? Oh, the fact that they go back to Lincoln or the N109 zone, back to normal world, and they both agree that they'll just hang out, not because of mission, not because of anything, but hang out because they like and enjoy each other's company. So this is my favorite memory out of all of the four. So this is number one, okay? And then number two would have to be, that's a very good question. I think number two is actually, you guys are gonna call me so biased because I am a Sylus and Zayne girly, but I have to say that Zayne's was so good this time. The story behind the whole him having to like carve out a jade pendant and learn from like a Shifu, and just like dedicate all that time to like spending time with the MC, and also the fact that they were separated in the beginning and they were looking for one another was very sweet. The fact that they were also trying to find times and like excuses to hang out with one another in the real world. And this card actually isn't really spicy. Like, you have this scene here that you're seeing on screen, but I feel like it's more of a teasing scene than is really like spicy. This is more like it's heat. All right, it's heat and it's tension between the two of them, but it's not spice. I wouldn't actually call this super spicy or super scandalous. But I enjoyed just the story that was built in the whole date experience itself. And look at him, he's so soft. His eyes are so sweet. Oh, anyway, I'm sorry. He's just so so like kind, and like he's completely melted away from his like cold Dr. Zayne persona that we meet in the very beginning of this game. And we see again another soft side, another intimate side of this character, and it's portrayed so well in this card, especially with the story as well. The Shifu who understood like what love is, like what true love is, and he wasn't accepting payment for the jade that was used. It's just really sweet. I overall very much enjoyed this card. I would say it's number 2 in the ranking, but it's a very close second overall. And it's nice, you know? And all of like the implied conversations that happened after this kindled moment with the Shifu there was so funny. It was so funny, and it was so cute, and it was just a blast to experience, honestly. So this is my second favorite. I would have to say that I would have appreciated an epilogue in this one. We didn't get an epilogue here where they return back to Lincoln, which I would have enjoyed to see. But that makes it my second favorite. Let's see, and then a third would have to be Raphael's. All right, this is surprising because this is completely different than Misty Invasion, but third is Raphael's card. His memory, like, okay, first of all, the kindled moment, spicy as heck. It was insane. Like this scene right here where you know, we push him down, that was crazy. This, like that, and then his face, look at him teasing. Anyway, the overall story of this card, I feel like it was okay, it was alright. What I liked the most about it was that it alluded to his myth memory, his standard myth, and it made you think, or at least question, are they linked? You know, like, is the princess who disappeared related, or is the MC now? Because it makes you question, why did the maids choose the MC to be the replacement or to be the stand-in? They must look similar in some way. And there's just a lot of parallels to the myth story that I very much enjoyed, like, I guess overanalyzing in my brain. But the story outside of a kindled moment was okay. It was fine. There were like funny moments with the Karma Sutra book and stuff, but it wasn't like groundbreaking. You know, I said before, the only part that I really enjoyed was the allusions to the myth that Raphael has, his standard myth. And the Kindle moment, I would have to say, is the spiciest out of all 4 of the cards, but spice really isn't everything. It really is the overall experience of the card that I'm rating, and how it made me feel throughout everything. Like, it wasn't so emotionally charged, I would say. Like, it was sweet, but it wasn't at the level of Zayne's or Sylus's, if that makes sense. Yeah, it was an overall really fun memory to experience, especially this kindled moment. It's probably my favorite kindled moment with Raphael to date, and I don't know. I mean, that's pretty much all I really have to say about this one. I don't really have anything groundbreaking to say. Oh my god, wait, hold on. I forgot. This black screen, it was just all of the audio. All of the audio was insanity. That was crazy. That one kind of threw me off. In a good way. I was just shocked that we had so much of that audio, and I was like, whoa. Yeah, that made that memory pretty fun. It was fun to experience. not necessarily emotionally charged. That's why it's ranked 3. Now, number 4, I would say, is Xavier's. Now, the reason why I give Xavier like the 4th place, last place, is because I felt like the build up to this whole scene was so long. And like the first, I don't know, like 10, 15 seconds, which is a long time in something like this, he wasn't talking. Like there were opportunities where he could have talked and he just didn't. It wasn't part of the memory itself, which is strange to me. So that made it feel a little off, I guess. But this memory overall was kind of boring. The only part that was really exciting was this kindled moment and like towards the end of the card. The build up for this was kind of too long, if you ask me. There was too much like talking, not enough excitement. Like there could have been scenes where like Xavier teaching all of the other flower goddesses would have made the MC jealous, or like that kind of thing could have happened, but it didn't, and it was a little bit disappointing because it was an opportunity that could have been utilized, I think. Just because it's something that Xavier would do to the MC, so it would be funny to see the MC do that with Xavier. The kindled moment itself, very sweet, very kind. It was a different side of Xavier that we got to see, and the graphics were stunning, very, very beautiful. And I like the interactions that they have at the very end of the card, because they're very sweet, with one another. And oh my god, and knowing Xavier's lore makes this also, I had a really hard time hitting this. Like this, even now, I'm having a really hard time. I can't. I'm just gonna auto it. So just knowing Xavier's lore was such a huge addition to this memory itself, because all of the things that he says, the MC herself like wouldn't understand, like Xavier's wish, and wouldn't understand like why he feels homesick sometimes, but he can find home wherever she is. Like there's so much in this memory that would hit you so much harder if you understood Xavier's lore, and I feel like that's a very strong driving factor to the impact that this card has. And if you don't know his lore, you would think that his lines are cute. Yeah, you would think that they were very sweet, but you wouldn't really think anything else besides that. And it's kind of sad for people who don't know or don't really care about the lore of this game, but it's also very nice for people who love the lore. So it's kind of like a double-edged blade there. But yeah, I would place this card in spot 4 if the build-up wasn't so long and there were more like utilized fun tropes that were applied to different sections of the memory itself, then I wouldn't have placed it so low. But this is very interesting because I did rank him number 1 in Misty Invasion, because that was like the spiciest card ever, and the interactions in that card I feel like was a little bit better than this one, if you ask me, and the overall story. But yeah, that is my ranking for the 4 Wander in Wonder memories that we've received. I had a lot of fun experiencing all of these. I was very fortunate to get all of the cards and be able to experience them firsthand, so I'm very thankful to the Gacha gods for giving me such good luck, and also saving my wallet a little bit there. But yeah, if you have a different ranking, please leave a comment down below and tell me why you think that way, because I feel like it's a very interesting conversation to have, because I might just be biased and really love Sylus and Zayne, so that might affect my ranking, I suppose. But if you guys have different opinions, feel free to share it down below. I love having this kind of conversation and discussion, and reading your comments every day is very it's very heartwarming, and it's also very fun to find out what everybody thinks. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. If you would like to subscribe to my channel, I do cover pretty much Love and Deepspace is my main game, and then I play other gacha games as well, so I make content on that. And if you want to stay tuned in, hit that subscribe button. Thank you all so much for watching. I am Lynn the Gacha Goblin, and I will see you lovelies in the next video. Bye bye now.